Hey folks, welcome to Make Gains, the channel where we break down money mindset and moves you can make to level up your life. Today, we are going to be talking about skyrocketing grocery prices. Let's get into it.
Is it just me? Is this me? I'm about to have a venting moment, y'all. But why do it seem like everything in the grocery store is damn $5? Like, I'm looking at some rice that used to be like maybe $3, like $5. I mean, I got a little basket, so if I get 12 things, that's $60. Imagine if I had a buggy buying 12 items for $200. Can someone help me understand? Did they just sit next to each other and say, hey man, let's just make everything $5, man? Salaries ain't going up, wages ain't going up, cost of living is going up, groceries is ridiculous. I'm over here looking at some eggs, they damn near $7. Can someone please talk to someone in charge of this and be like, look y'all, we're going a little overboard. Rice is $5 and a damn protein is like $5. This is stupid. Am I the only one feeling like this, or y'all over here balling and I'm over here broke? Because I'm feeling like I'm 2 shades of being homeless with these prices. Help me out. Am I the only one?
You're not the only one. As we're going to see today, lots of people are hurting from this. So yeah, grocery prices are insane. It does feel like everything has gone up over the past 5 years, and it's kind of gotten out of control.
Do any of you guys feel just completely enraged when you go to the grocery store? Just like super stressed and you go there and you're like just gonna get a couple things and it's like $150? Because I do. I was gonna make a pot roast and I went to go get the meat portion of it, and the meat portion was $23. $23 for meat. I can't do that. I hate going to the grocery store because I get the same things. Chicken and pork, because that's all I can afford. And if I want anything else, it's so expensive. And I am very frugal. I make a lot of things at home, and every time I go to the grocery store, I'm like, why are we doing this? My entire paycheck goes to food, and it just keeps getting worse. I don't know how we got here, but every time I go to the grocery store, I have to get something else. It enrages me. My kids are like, we eat the same things all the time. Yeah, we do. We kind of have to. Because if you want anything else, it is insanely overpriced. Even the fun stuff like dips and stuff. I don't even know why people are buying soda. It's $8 a pack. I'm not judging, I'm just complaining.
I feel that. We don't buy meats like that unless it's on sale. It is a good strategy though, sticking to things that are less expensive, like ground beef, chicken, pork. Those things are typically less expensive. You can get some good protein and make the same meals regularly. We like to put it in rotations. I do think if you're struggling with that, meal planning can definitely help you out. When it comes to expensive meats like steaks, we do that on special occasion. But let me give you guys a hack. If you've got Publix near you, Publix is normally one of the more expensive grocery stores, but sometime between Thanksgiving and Christmas, they have a sale on bone-in rib roasts. I have a friend who was a butcher. The bone-in rib roast is the same thing as a ribeye. You can order the bone-in rib roast, have them cut out the ribs, and then cut the roast into 1-inch sections or whatever you want, 3/4 inch sections, depending on how thick you want them. $6.99 a pound is typically what they do for their sale. And they've done that for the past several years. We normally load up and get the max that they'll let you order. And then we'll have those cut up, put them in Ziploc bags, freeze them, and now we got ribeyes for the next 6-7 months or so. And they were $6.99 a pound rather than $20 a pound, which is what I see at the grocery store a lot of times.
When people talk about shrinkflation, meaning the money staying the same, but the thing you're buying going down, this is what we're talking about. All right, demonstrate. We just opened the bag.
Brand new bag.
Brand new bag.
I'm like, oh, it's pretty good.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Ready? That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Like, criminal.
It is criminal. And there's nothing more frustrating than opening up this big puffy bag and then you look in there and there's nothing in it. This is something that is happening more and more with all kinds of things. Shrinkflation is definitely real. We've got inflation, which is prices going up. Shrinkflation is just them duping you, which feels really messed up.
These are some of the craziest recent examples of shrinkflation. Kellogg's using deceptive packaging, making the new box bigger, but it contains less than the old packaging. This new one looks bigger, but it actually just contains the same amount of product, and it cost $1 more. This one's interesting because P&G has reduced the amount of fluid from their old bottle to their new bottle. The price has stayed the same, and the amount of laundry it can do has stayed the same. So they must have just, I don't know, taken water out of the detergent. Even worse, this Redditor has found 3 different packages of Tide they've recently purchased, and while the size is getting smaller from each consecutive one, the price stays exactly the same at $20.
That's just a few examples, but it is jacked up because they try to make you feel like you're getting more, especially the cereal boxes. Isn't that ridiculous? A bigger box with less in it and charging you the same amount. That's not cool.
$17.33. That's how much I paid today for this coffee. I'm here and I'm just adding some numbers together and doing my budget because you know what? Today I asked my husband, where's the money? We're making the best we've ever made. Both earners, both incomes, good incomes and everything, and we don't have money. We're living paycheck to paycheck basically. So I put the numbers together and I decided to look at my budget. On June the 2nd, 2023, and I'm going to try to insert somewhere here the photo I took a shot of, how much I paid for it. On June the 2nd, 2023, the same exact coffee was $9.92. It's almost doubled in 2 years. Of course, my salary hasn't doubled. My income has not doubled. It
Not either.
went up a little bit, but certainly nowhere near that. And I don't know where my money goes. Every month, I'm struggling.
A lot of people are feeling this way because she's absolutely right. All those things that we're seeing, we're paying more across the board, whether it be inflation or shrinkflation. However, I don't know anybody whose salary has doubled over the past 2 or 3 years. I'm sure there's some of you out there. Are you guys feeling this? Hit me up in the comments. I talked about coffee in my last video, so if you haven't seen that, when you finish this one, go check that out. That was just overall cost of living video, but coffee's a big one where we've seen that double. Even places where you buy in bulk, it's still almost double.
We're here in Florida on vacation. We just got back from Publix. We were blown away by the prices. We thought the prices were so high compared to where we're from. Like the prices of a Starbucks instant coffee, like a little tiny thing was $13. On my last video that I did about grocery shopping, everyone said to go to Publix because it was more affordable. I don't know. I'm like, wow, we were like blown away. So we spent almost $300 for 5 days in Florida. We did get some nicer beer, obviously wine, some nice seafood to cook out tonight. But besides that, in general, the prices were expensive. We're like, how are people feeding more than 1 or 2 kids here? I have to mention the pepper. The pepper my husband got was $4 for 1 pepper, not organic.
So where you shop does make a huge difference. And she mentioned Publix, her friend said it's cheaper. I have never seen Publix to be cheaper. I feel like Publix is one of the more expensive grocery stores. Throw your opinion down in the comments if you disagree, but where you shop does make a huge difference. You're going to see in this next video an example.
I just went to Aldi for the first time and I got all of this for under $45. But Aldi, you can get everything. So I went to Whole Foods for some things, right? And where is it? $35.81. I got this. A $10 difference between this and this. Flabbergasted.
Aldi is a secret life hack that a lot of people don't go there or don't like going there. You got to bring in your own grocery cart and pay a quarter for it to unlock it. I don't know if you've ever been to one, but you got to have a quarter to get your cart. That's one of the ways that they cut down on expenses. They don't have people they're paying to get the carts. It's funny because if people leave a cart, whenever we go, my kids love to push that cart back in because they get the quarter whenever they push it back. That is an interesting way that they self-manage that. But it's actually a much cheaper place to shop. I believe it's owned by the same company as Trader Joe's. We go there for a lot of our fresh fruits and vegetables, and I think we buy milk and eggs and breads. But they have a lot of off-brand stuff that is way cheaper, especially if you're shopping at Whole Foods or Publix. Check that out if you've never been. Walmart's another one. A lot of times we'll buy chicken at Walmart. They have a lot of off-brand stuff that's also pretty good. Like, we never buy the name brand stuff just because you literally pay almost double for it. With most things, it tastes almost exactly the same. And in fact, sometimes it's better. Like, I enjoy the Great Value ice cream better than some of the Breyers, especially with just the plain vanillas. That's stuff you need to do with grocery prices the way they are. Another one to check out is Costco. If you can buy bulk, if you can afford to do that, it is a pretty nice savings for some items. Not everything, but like Coke, for example. If you buy things like that in the grocery store, it's going to be like $8 for a 12 pack, which is insane. It's expensive for just plain old Coke. I like to drink Coke Zero and I like to have it on a Saturday. Don't drink it every day. But if we buy it at Costco, it's a fraction of the price of what it is if I buy it at a local grocery store. So that's one where we get that once a month or every other month. And it's a huge thing of it. You're going to save money on that, which is great.
Okay, let's unpack the idea that processed foods are cheaper than healthy foods. The truth is, most whole food is cheaper. Really focus on shopping the outer rim of the grocery store where the whole food is. You're gonna spend less than when you shop the center of the grocery store. The reason people think processed food is cheaper is because it's a one grab item versus whole foods. A lot of the time you have to combine foods to get a snack or a meal. With a box of mac and cheese, I can only make mac and cheese, but with a box of pasta, I can make a ton of different recipes. If you don't believe me, try it out for yourself. Only buy whole foods and see how far that gets you and how little you spend. I'm currently spending $700 a month for my family of 6 on mainly whole foods.
Yeah, I agree with her. And I know a lot of people say, oh, you can't afford to buy whole healthy foods. Well, I've watched some of these grocery haul videos. And if you watch those, they are insane with people buying name brand cereals, Cokes, beer, candies, and things like Crustables for their kids. When I was a kid, it was Lunchables. Those things are a small fortune compared to just putting it together yourself. A peanut butter and jelly sandwich costs next to nothing to make, and you can peel the crust off those suckers pretty easily, throw it in a Ziploc bag, and now you've got a Crustable. I know my kids like those things too, but we refuse to buy them because it's basically going to cost you 10 times what it costs just to make your own peanut butter and jelly sandwich and spend a couple minutes doing it. Whenever I eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I like a lot of peanut butter, and they don't do that with Crustables. So you get to customize it too. That's the selling point for your kids. Another one is whenever you are shopping that outer rim of the store, you want to make sure that you're not buying the pre-cut fruits and vegetables because you're adding like a 50% to 100% price increase because they did the work of slicing it up for you. So buy those fruits and vegetables and just cut them yourself. Take the extra minute or however long it is and save yourself several dollars because that's the difference in the price typically. Meal planning is going to be another hack for you. If you go into the grocery store and you have a plan and you're checking off your list, you're going to spend a lot less than if you just walk through the grocery store and buy whatever catches your eye, which is normally going to be the junk. So be sure to do that. And it'll also keep you from making multiple trips. You know, we try to only go to the grocery store once a week because if we're going all the time, we'll end up buying stuff we didn't need. It ends up costing you a lot more. So you're paying a tax because you weren't organized. And then finally, another thing that we do is for snack items. I know I mentioned buying prepackaged snacks and all that. It is a lot more expensive. It's also pretty unhealthy for you. So what my wife has started doing is she makes a big batch of cookies because it's not any harder to make a double or triple batch than it is to make a single. And then she takes an ice cream scoop and scoops out little balls and throws them in a Ziploc bag and throws those in the freezer. So that way, if it's a Friday night and we want a snack after dinner, we can just preheat the oven, throw a couple of those balls on a cookie tray, and now you've got fresh home-baked cookies, and it's a fraction of the price of buying something like Chips Ahoy or, you know, those bigger boxes or the bigger cookie packs that they sell in the grocery store. If you have to buy the prepackaged ones, the off-brand ones are really cheap. I really love the vanilla Oreos that are off-brand. They sell those things at Walmart for a couple bucks, and you get 3 times as much as you get if you buy the vanilla Oreos. And they're just as good in my opinion. that's something we'll do like on special occasions, like when we're going on vacation. We'll grab those to take with us. But guys, I hope you found this helpful. If you can follow those tips, you will be able to save money on your grocery bill, which is important to all of us right now. Keep making those gains. This channel is about making gains in your personal life and finances. If you're finding that it's hard to make your budget, try some of these tips. I think you'll find that it can reduce your bill significantly. Scrutinize what you're spending money on. That'll help you too. Thank you guys so much for watching this far. If you're new to the channel, thank you for watching. I'm trying to grow the channel, so please click that subscribe button. Also give us a like. It means a lot. And we will see you next time.